Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Merritt. We have a quick news update for you before spring break begins. Milledgeville voters are deciding whether they want to be able to buy alcoholic beverages on Sunday mornings. Early voting is going on now. Under current law, restaurants can't serve alcohol on Sundays until 12:30 p.m. The Georgia legislature passed a measure allowing communities to decide whether to push the time up to 11:30 a.m. Downtown restaurants and bars are all in favor of this.
I think that everyone's kind of moved away from having to wait for alcohol. I think they're ready to drink whenever they want, and especially being a college town, I think a lot of people wake up wanting to have mimosas with their breakfast, and I think it'll be a really good idea. I get asked all the time if I can have a beer or a mimosa at like 8 a.m., anywhere from 8 to 11, and I obviously can't serve until 12:30. So I think that once people know that they can drink, they'll definitely come in a little bit more.
Early voting ends Friday and Election Day is Tuesday, so we should know the result on Tuesday evening. The fire that destroyed the Theta Chi fraternity house on February 10th is still under investigation. The fire spread quickly, but fortunately only a handful of brothers were in the house at the time. They all got out safely and no one was injured. We talked to the Milledgeville fire chief shortly after the fire.
We're hoping within the next couple of months to have something a little bit more conclusive as to what caused the fire. And once we get that information, we will certainly disseminate it.
Student organizations honored first responders with a benefit concert on Saturday. People gathered at the reflection pool near the student dorms on West Green Street. Milledgeville firefighters were among the first responders attending. SGA, fraternities, and other organizations set up tables and provided food and drinks for the responders. Have you seen the exhibit about African American leaders from Macon at the Sally Ellis Davis House? If not, you might want to hurry. There's only one day left. We had a chance to talk to Nora Webb at the Davis House about the exhibit.
The current exhibit that we have up highlights African American leaders of the Macon area, and I think that's really significant to the Davis House because Sally, coming from a mixed race of white and African American, she voluntarily chose to be raised in the African American community of Milledgeville. So I think that speaks volumes about her character, and also that this exhibit fits very well with her home. In the past month, we've had at least 40 to 50. February is a very popular month because of it's the Black History Month. Sally was an educator here in Milledgeville, and like I said, she chose to be raised and live a life in the African American community in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And when she was a legacy here as an educator, and she believed all students, regardless of race, that they deserve an equal opportunity for education. And so when she eventually passed and Georgia College bought the home, they were originally going to tear it down, but a band of her students came together and wanted to save the home, so they raised money and eventually got Georgia College on board, and they raised about $360,000 into restoring the home and eventually opening up to the public.
The Davis House is open Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We'll have more for you after the break. The early spring season of Intramurals went out with a splash. Details ahead.
The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Whoa, whoa, can you feel the sun?
Welcome back to GC360. It's time for your weekly sports update. Herndon is back with us this semester. Herndon, what do you have for us?
Georgia college students have a lot of options when it comes to intramural sports. There's intramural water polo, indoor soccer, basketball, indoor volleyball, dodgeball, and those are just some of the options for early spring. In late spring, there's a wider variety of sports to choose from, including flag football, ultimate frisbee, cornhole, spike ball, beach volleyball, tennis, and can jam. We talked to Associate Director of the Wellness Center and Recreation, and he explained the reasoning for adding can jam to this upcoming season.
This upcoming phase, we had some students that wanted to do can jam as a sport, so we went and bought the set of can jam. It's a very inexpensive sport, something that students will like to play, so that we can show that we're listening to the students and kind of giving back to what their needs are.
Also, we asked intramural coordinator Driver Watson what students should play, why students should play intramurals.
Why should they play intramurals? Well, it's the best program on campus. It's the best stress reliever on campus. It's the best way to make, I think, lasting friendships and relationships.
The intramural championships were last week, and with the 14 lucky teams taking the #1 spot in their division, I'm going to share some of the biggest wins. The men's dodgeball championship took overtime and electrifying the crowd at the last second, and ATO stole the win from the Legends. It was an upset nobody saw coming. Over in the deep end, the men's intramural water polo team fleet finally beat the Legends after 3 years of competitions. Meanwhile, in co-ed volleyball, How I Set Your Mother silenced their opponents all season. The undefeated team won all 3 games during their match in the championship. Over in men's soccer, Yoga Bonito continued their success from late fall, winning the championship. Let's see if they'll carry over the momentum into late spring. And lastly, women's basketball. Zeta, Tau Alpha, had won the upper hand against a hard-fought game. Congratulations to all the champions. I hope you enjoy your championship t-shirts. That's all the sports for now. Coming up is a special announcement, so stay here.
The Bellamy at Milledgeville, community and lifestyle for the modern college student. Close to campus, fully gated, and a full-service professional staff. Come take a tour at the Bellamy or apply today at bellamymilledgeville.com.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
there's a new app for students to stay up on events going on around campus. Our own Catherine Tanner shows us how the app works.
Go to the App Store, search Guidebook, and download the app. Open Guidebook and search Georgia College. Select Georgia College Activities and Events and download the guide. Select the icon in the top left corner and click Activities and Events. You will then be able to see all the upcoming activities and events going on at Georgia College.
That's all for this edition of GC360. When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages and on our website, gc360news.com. And I'm Merritt Dismuke, always available to you. GC360, where news comes full circle.